Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in time and space when you're watching this. Happy Wednesday. Happy new day. Hello. Thank you for being here. Happy Wednesday. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Kofi. Thank you all so much for being here. How are we feeling today? How are we feeling? Because I know today I feel a little turned up. I'm feeling irritated and angry, but that's okay. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about anger, talk about disappointment, talk about being catalyzed, being moved into the new. Those are the things that we will focus on today. So we'll just wait a little bit longer for more people to come in. But yeah, share how you're feeling in the comments if you feel up to it. Jamie says, swinging from wildly calm and determined to so angry I snap. Yeah, I feel that for sure. I was talking to my friend that I'm staying with, and I was like, I feel like I'm going full just like destroyer today. Like, just hand me my cleaver, hand me my sword. We're moving through it. Kristen's feeling exhausted and rage. Ooh, Aaron's feeling pulverized on every level. Wow, maybe that's the reason why. I've been feeling pretty calm throughout all this stuff, but today I've been feeling real ready to box. So maybe perhaps that's what we really need to be moving through and talking about today. So thank you all for sharing. Hello, Ellen. Welcome. Thank you all for being here and for sharing what's up with you. Because yeah, this is a very sensitive, delicate time. And I ask you all to consider a lifetime of this kind of anger as well. What that feels like, what that is like to experience. Okay, we'll get started. I'm just trying to full screen my notes here. Okay, so yeah, let's get settled. Since we're all feeling kind of sensitive and turned up, let's just get into a comfortable position. Maybe you need to lay down. Maybe you feel better sitting straight up. But it is important for you to be present. So whatever makes you feel like present and engaged, because we're going to connect to that kind of irritation, that anger that some of us are feeling. So we need to like be present and not only be receptive. It's like about being in a moment of process as well. So yeah, for those who are just coming in, I was asking folks how they were doing, and I mentioned that I am feeling some righteous anger, some irritation today. I'm usually pretty even keeled even through all this shit. But today I'm like, I've got some vigor in me, I would say. And so what I want us to do is to be very, very present with that anger or that irritation or that sense of exhaustion, that rawness that so many of us are experiencing. And as I said just a little bit ago, imagine like a lifetime of that kind of exhaustion, that kind of anger, especially if you're a person of privilege, someone who has not experienced the anger on this scale as a result of systemic injustice. Like, be mindful of the long, long history of that anger that you're getting a snippet of now. And imagine that anger being carried into the bodies of, countless people, countless descendants, still carried on today. For perspective's sake, right? So today I want us to hold space for our anger to be of service to our goals and in alignment with our values. And ultimately, like, helping to lead us in the direction of community and peace. And peace is not the absence of struggle. It's not the absence of difficult feelings. Peace is knowing how to respond to those feelings reasonably, consciously, kindly, and to have like compassion for ourselves even when those big feelings come up. But peace is not about the boat not being rocked. The boat can be rocked. Peace is like for the sake of you being able to sustain yourself even in the midst of upheaval, change, discomfort. So don't let the term peace fool you into thinking that this is about passivity, that it's about like not moving in the direction of your convictions. It's about being real and compassionate. It's important for us to hold space for our anger too, because it shows us where things are disjointed. Thank you. It shows us where our voices aren't being heard, and shows us where our needs aren't being met. My teacher, Michelle Sinnett, she describes anger as love disappointed. Anger is never just about the anger. There's always a vulnerability and a rawness and a sadness that's there underneath. And I know, like me, as a Black person, Black non-binary person, there's like this sense of the love disappointed being like, oh, I'm glad we're all just figuring it out now, but what about all those times when I needed you, where we needed you then? And so what is that saying about where my needs aren't being met? What is that saying about what I need to communicate to myself and to other people? What does that say about what work still needs to be done? The important thing is to be like present with the anger and present with the feelings of anger, to know what's underneath it, to know what we really need, not just for the sake of giving compassion to those aspects of ourselves, because that is essential, very important that we give compassion to those parts of ourselves, but it's also so that we can remember it, that we cannot, so that we can, not be used as a tool of anger, which is basically what systemic violence, institutionalized violence and abuse is. Anger and fear being used as a tool, and people being used as soldiers in that fight and in that battle. So instead, we're being asked to have our anger teach us in which direction we need to show compassion and which direction we need to send our energies towards justice and inequity. And it starts with you. It's not about other people in this moment either. It's about how you can be present with violence that you have brought into the world, onto yourself or onto other people. How you have turned away from joy out of sake of fear. How you have like squashed other people's opportunities to feel joy because of your fear. Anger is love disappointed. And so in which way are we trying to seek or connect to love? So in this time, we can use our anger to exercise the courage of our convictions. What do you want to reclaim? How do you want to reclaim your love back, your sense of peace back? What are you reclaiming today, and why now? What is different now? What is different today? What made this moment the last moment, the moment that broke the straw that broke the camel's back? What is different now, and how will that difference sustain you? How will it keep you going in this practice? And will you continue to have the courage to stand even while all that supports you falls around you? And that's the thing about like remaining within your peace in spite of what is happening around you. You have to be able to come to this work, come to soul work, come to social justice work with a willingness to be open to see truth in spite of losing what you think defines you. We're all conditioned to belief systems in this world. And now is the time that we are deprogramming ourselves from this conditioning. And so in this, we need your energy, we need your awareness, and we need more than your anger. We need your knowing, we need your compassion. We need sustainability, commitment, within and without, for yourself and for the collective, for your neighbor and for strangers. That's the only way it works. That's the only way it can work. Whew. Okay? How does that feel? I'm going to get started with sending the Reiki. So for now, I just want y'all to think about some of those questions I mentioned, some of those things I brought up while I'm sending the Reiki. You can choose to have like a specific intention that you want to be present with while I'm sending the Reiki, or you can just take a moment to reflect upon these questions. Being present with your highest self, being present with your inner child, whatever part of you is the most activated right now, presence with that aspect of you is necessary. And that's where I'm going to be sending the energy to. Okay? If no one has any other questions, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with sending. Thank you again for being here. Thank you again for being willing to receive. Because in this moment, you're not receiving something that is outside of you. You're receiving something that you are already a part of. Something that is meant to activate something within you, whether it be love, whether it be action, whatever. It's for you. This medicine is for you. So get yourself in a comfortable position where you can receive, whether it's laying down or sitting up. And we're going to call in the protection, guidance, and wisdom of our wise and well ancestors, our highest selves, our guides working in alignment with the highest and best good. We're going to call in the grounding of earth as well. As above, so below. We are shielded, we are supported, we are fed and cared for. And I ask that you put one hand over your heart and the other on your belly, right above your solar plexus, as I'm doing now. And I invite you to say your name 3 times in the following manner. Insert your name for mine. I am Alia. I am Alia. I am Alia. We are here to receive. We are here to be supported. We are here to see. We are facing that which has always been true. And we turn our attention to the gap between what we value and how we live. We are closing that gap. We are choosing presence. Thank you. Thank you to Spirit and our guides who are here with us now. We are ready. It already is. And so it is, or better. You can put your hands to your side or wherever feels comfortable. Om Shaze Shonen. Om Shaze Shonen. Om Shaze Shonen. Chokore. 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 Seiki. 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 Sit with this, that which you are. That which you are choosing to become. Allow it to unfold. The only time is now. Allow it to unfold. Allow the knots to be untangled. You are needed in some way to untangle this knot. You are needed. Let your courage hold you. Let Spirit support you. It is already within you. It needs you. So it is, or better. Whenever you are ready, you can start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, move your body around slowly, intentionally. Start to wake up, start to come back. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and open up your eyes. If anything came up for you, I invite you to share it here. Share it here and or write some things down, journal about it. Let me know what came up for you. I will say that something that's important that courage that I'm talking about, it's for all of us to step into in some way. And it all is around us being able to use our voice. That helped a lot. Thank you. You're welcome, Aaron. And some of us need to use our voices to continue to be truth tellers in the face of like injustice, of the privilege that you are supported by, that is a system that is made to benefit you. And some of us need the voice of our courage to be able to live within our peace and our joy, and to separate ourselves from equating our labor with our value, equating our usefulness, our perceived usefulness with our value, and knowing that just to be alive, to be peaceful, to be Black and alive is a radical act. So it goes in all kinds of ways. So I think that's important for me to say, and I'll flesh it out more in other conversations, but I wanted to say that now. You're welcome, Kristen. A lot in the solar plexus. Yeah, I'm always... There's a reason why I wear this color. Kate says, I realize I've been seeking acknowledgement of and care for my anxiety from other people, but hadn't been acknowledging it or caring for it within myself. Yeah, that's huge. That's a big deal, Kate. Thank you for sharing. So for those of you who just joined at the end, this will be posted, to my IGTV. I invite you all to, if you're able to send a donation. I have a pinned comment with information about how to do that. I offer this freely for a reason, because I know I am supported in this work that I do. And it is also a radical act for me to be a Black person to do this. And it is a radical act to support specifically Black people in this work as well. And not just in this work, there's also, in the link in my bio has a bunch of resources that you can donate to, your time, your energy, your money. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Take care. Much love. Bye.